Hey guys, I'm on today again. I am making Christmas meatballs. But the beauty of this, I call them Christmas Eve meatballs because this is what was traditionally my family's Christmas Eve meal every year, and they are fantastic. It's a comfort food, and of course just having that memory associated with it is really special. So I make them anytime, and I just happen to be making a meal for our church board. The elder board meets out at our house every month, and I have been doing their meal now for, I can't tell you how many years, because then when I say I'm 29, you'd no longer believe me, but I've been doing it for over 20 years, and it's such a blessing for me. And yeah, so I am making this meal in November, Christmas Eve meatballs for the November board meeting. So I'm gonna show you how it's done because it's really simple and they're really delicious. So first of all, it calls for breadcrumbs. I'm gonna make only 1 pound at a time because that's what's gonna easily fix and fit in my mixer. So first of all, I'm making my own breadcrumbs. So I'm just chunking up some staler bread, and there we go. So soft breadcrumbs, pretty stinking easy. So there's not real exact measurements in all this. I hate to put it that way. So you can kind of follow my lead if you want, or do whatever you want. All right, so I make it in my mixer. This is my KitchenAid mixer, and this has been a lifesaver in my life. So my mom did everything in our KitchenAid mixer, and of course we kind of grow up doing the same thing that our moms do, right? So my mixer is a big part of everything I do. It's kind of like my tool in my toolbox here. All right, so we're gonna start with a pound of hamburger, and I buy it like in the super bulk things, and then I just freeze it on my own because it's cheaper that way. All right, so there's a pound of hamburger. Then we're gonna mix our breadcrumbs in here. And I know some people use oatmeal or crackers or whatever. And then it's 1 egg. So we'll crack an egg. All right, and then it's just some salt and pepper and some parsley, nutmeg. I know, right? So again, I'm not gonna like measure a ton here. I'm just gonna kind of throw. And again, Penzeys spices, not on board with their political platform, but their spices are fantastic. It really makes a difference, you guys. If you are gonna use spices, use quality spices because it will make a difference. All right, and just straight salt. So salt to taste, and that's gonna differ for everybody. Nutmeg, again, I believe that if you use fresh ingredients, you're gonna get a fresher flavor. So I do grate my own nutmeg, and I buy it whole again from the same company, and we're just gonna grate some in there. So a lot of you are probably like, yeah, these are Swedish meatballs. Maybe they are, but in my household, they're Christmas Eve meatballs. You know, I can call it what I want to. All right, so there's some nutmeg, and then some parsley. Oh, I did parsley already. Okay, pepper. That was the last thing, pepper. And I have ground pepper, but again, if you can freshly grind it, I do think it makes a difference. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, and that's about it. So I don't have this all over the kitchen. I'm just going to kind of hand moosh it. Moosh, you know, I make up words. It works when you're mooshing the wine bag down in your fermentation process, and it works here, so it's all good. Okay, so we're gonna just mix this up so it is more of an even consistency. Shazam. That's it, folks. So we have our meatball mixture right here. So that's 1 pound, okay? So then what I do is I brown them in the oven just a little bit so they get a little bit of color on them. So I'm spraying a pan with nonstick spray. Pan. I'm gonna call it pan because it is. Okay, so then you can just make them any size that you want to. And I use a cookie scoop for consistency. And then just do this. And you're just gonna fill up your pan as you go. And then just get a little brown on them. So like stick them in a 350 oven to just get them browned. And then when they come out, you can do this in the crock pot, which is beauty, right? So especially for Christmas Eve, my mom would put them in an oven. I can remember that. Crock pot wasn't such of a big deal back then, but for me, I like throwing them in the crock pot. And you just put some cream of chicken soup with milk. And that's about it. And then you just basically heat it. So mom would stick it in the oven, 325, and then she'd just leave it in there while we were at church. So it could be there for like 3 hours and it wasn't a big deal. And if I recall, she didn't brown or doesn't brown her meatballs. She just sticks them right in the soup. And then you serve them over like mashed potatoes, right? That's pretty traditional. And that's it. They are so good and so easy. And the meatballs freeze really well too. So it's not that you just have to do them in this cream of chicken business. You can do them for anything. And of course, if you're like me and not a super big gravy person, these are wonderful on their own with ketchup, because I am a ketchup person. To each their own, right? So that is it. And like I say, I'm gonna make couple batches of these, but it's just easier to make 1 pound at a time since I do throw them in the mixer. So that is my little recipe for the day, and look at how fast 1 pound came out. I have like 2 more to do here and I'm done. So super easy. Hope you will give this a try. Let me know what you think and share some recipes with me. I love cooking, and probably I love cooking because I love eating. They kind of go hand in hand. So you have to have some recipes if you're an eater. There you go. All right, guys, have a good rest of your day. And I hope you have something fun on the agenda planned. I hope you have something good on your menu planned. All right, talk soon.